Hello, everybody, and happy BakeOff. I feel the first thing I have to say is I didn't watch it last night because it's on a bit late. Did you see it, Kirsty?
I saw it.
Okay.
It was brilliant.
I'm hoping no spoilers because my youngest can't stay up quite that late, or you end up with the witching hour. I don't know if anybody else has the witching hour in their house with their young ones. So we've always tended to watch BakeOff on a Friday night with pizza. And so, so whenever BakeOff is on, it's always a big thing for me that I have to try and not hear any spoilers. But welcome. Hopefully you bought some buttons and you're also going to need a knife and a fork. Kirsty, you've got a knife and a fork, hopefully.
Yeah.
Also bought a plate. So that mine don't go over the floor. I feel already, when you find out what they are, I'm already at a disadvantage because I bought these online and they say baby buttons, so I already feel. But hopefully, don't worry if you don't have them though. There's lots of games. So should we start saying hello to everybody in the chat? So we've got hi to Myla and Willow and Caden and Eve and Storm and Ember and Rose for your very first BakeOff and Noah and Tiana and Finley Scarlett and Theodore and Ollie and Casey and Esther and James and Erin and Killian and Eve and Oliver, and Isla and Archie and Arthur and Tobias and Erin's trying not to eat the buttons. So welcome! I'm super excited for another 10 weeks of our own homemade BakeOff, which I think, is this our 4th year? Yeah, I think this must be. I think it is our 4th year. So it's been a long time that we've been doing it. So I'm really excited. So I thought we'd all first of all start talking about what is your favourite cake. So Kirsty, what's your favourite cake?
It's a tricky one, isn't it? I think I'd have to go the classic Victoria sponge because I never don't want it, you know? Like I think chocolate cake, I've got to be in the right mood, you know, something fancy, takes a bit of effort, but I'll always go for a Victoria sponge.
Oh, see, I've been thinking about this. I find this really hard. So I really like Battenberg because I like marzipan on the outside. I really like Christmas cake. Oh, someone else likes Battenberg. I really like Christmas cake, but I also really like French fancies. So people are now working out I like cake. Now, the problem with French fancies is they're too small. And this is really bad. Oh, I also like a Bakewell tart that's coming up as well.
Oh, Bakewell tart.
French fancy, I have been known to eat an entire box. That's really bad. Because it's something about the icing. That's really awful. But I think if I could only eat one cake for the rest of my life, it would have to be a Christmas cake because it's got it all, hasn't it? It's got like fruit. It's got that kind of spicy taste. It's got that Christmas feel. You've got your marzipan, but it has to have royal icing on the top. It can't have rolled icing. I don't like rolled icing. But yeah, Bakewell tart, that's hard. Lemon cake. Leo and Harpy, you're going to have to give me your mum's raspberry Bakewell recipe. Chocolate cake, lots of chocolate fudge cake. Do you like chocolate fudge cake? Do you know what? I'm going to be controversial here. I don't really like chocolate. I don't like really brownies and chocolate cake. American buttercream. Wow, I've tried that once. That's hard to make, American buttercream.
Yeah, I think I'm the opposite of you. I'm not an icing or marzipan kind of person. Like I'd happily leave the icing and eat the cake bit.
Oh no. Because my best friend is like that. And I remember for her birthday, I bought all these like really fancy like buttercreamed cakes. I've known her for about 12 years. So this was quite early on in our friendship, and I like arrived with these cakes. And the first thing she did was like take the buttercream off and like eat the cake, and then declared that she didn't really like buttercream. And I was like, what? And it's on, I don't think it's so much on BakeOff, but it definitely is sometimes on BakeOff with professionals where they say there's too much icing or there's too much buttercream, and my kids even go, there's no such thing as too much buttercream. Strawberry cake, that's a good one. Another one for Bakewell tart. Stollen, let's see, I like Stollen because I like a bit of marzipan. Killian loves all the cake. Brownies, lemon drizzle, sugar-free banana cake. We make that quite a lot. But I think chocolate cake is the winner. from looking at the chat. So, what we're going to start playing with, we can all join our first game. We're going to play 3 games today. Is this or that? So I'm going to show you 2 options, and you have to decide what you would choose. So the first one is chocolate or cake. So if you could only have one, what would it be? Now, for me, you're going to know my answer, and it'll be really, really quick and easy. It's going to be cake, because I don't, unless it's white chocolate, which doesn't really count as chocolate, I don't like chocolate. What about you, Kirsty?
I think I'd have to say cake as well, I think. Because, well, it depends. Are we saying just plain, chocolate? Like not a fancy chocolate bar, just chocolate? In which case, cake would win, definitely.
But if it was fancy chocolate, would chocolate win?
Well, I don't know. You see, if it was like a chocolate bar, like if you said you could have a box of Celebrations or a cake, I think I might go for that.
Oh, right now there's quite a bit of a mix in the chat. Lots of people saying chocolate, lots of people saying cake. So I think that's a mix of
It is
halfy. Yeah. Or someone else likes white chocolate. I love white chocolate. See, white chocolate is lovely. Right, the next one, biscuits or cake. What about you, Kirsty?
I think cake wins. It feels more special to me to have a piece of cake than to have a biscuit.
The problem I've got with biscuits is I have these sorts of special lives, I think, give them more of an insight into our lives. The problem I've got with biscuits is that there's just like I can eat a piece of cake and feel like, yeah, that was really delicious. But the problem with biscuits is like one biscuit's just never enough. Particularly if you're eating something like custard creams, and then I eat too many. Like then I've been known to eat an entire pack of custard creams. This is saying that this is a big insight into my life. Whereas I could eat a piece of cake and feel like, yeah, that's enough. So chocolate biscuits, lots of love for biscuits. Oh, I think biscuits might win. There's a few cakes. Cheesecake. That's kind of a bit like a biscuit and a cake.
Yeah.
Eve's changed her mind. It's a hard one, isn't it? But it would be cake for me, I think. But I think biscuits have won in the chat. Okay, next one. Pineapple on pizza or bacon on pancakes?
This is awful because I'm vegetarian, so I don't eat bacon.
You can have that. You could go for the sort of, the sort of
bacon, yeah.
Which I don't really like, but
pineapple. There's something about I don't mind pineapple, but something about putting pineapple with cheese is bleh to me. So I'd have to go for vegetarian bacon on pancakes. I'd go for.
You know what? I think it goes back to those children's parties of like warm cheese and sort of soggy pineapple that's like boo on that. I think that's where it comes from. Do you know what? These are both my complete idea of hell. So I don't like the mixture of sweet and savoury. So I couldn't possibly eat bacon on pancakes. My eldest went on like a camp, and they did bacon and bacon on pancakes with maple syrup. And he literally came home and said it was the best thing he'd ever eaten. But even the thought of it is just like really not great. And I can't cope with pineapple on a pizza. I'm even if I eat savoury, and then if I've eaten something sweet, I can't go back to savoury. So if you've got like a whole like buffet, if I've eaten like some grapes, I can't go back and eat savoury. So I can't even do cheese crackers and grapes. I don't mix it. It's just something about me. But if I had to choose, like if my life depended on it, it'd probably have to be pineapple on pizza. Because I just don't think I could eat meat on a pancake. No. Yeah, lots of people are saying none. Yeah, they're really grim. But there's not a lot of love for pineapple on pizza.
There's not, is there?
There isn't. My daughter went to a party last week, and she went to a pizza maker party, and she put piles of pineapple on pizza. And then she didn't want to eat all of it and gave it to me. I was like, no, you're all right. Maple bacon. No, bacon doesn't belong on pancakes. No, so that's a really hard one. Right, next one. Would you rather eat snail porridge or broccoli ice cream?
I would go broccoli ice cream out of this choice. I mean, neither one sounds really appealing to me. But, you know, I don't think they've invented a vegetarian snail alternative. Maybe there is. I don't know, broccoli ice cream, it doesn't sound that bad to me. I have a weird kind of, I quite like a sweet and savoury mix. So, yeah, I'd give that a go. Plus, it would be quite a nice colour, wouldn't it?
It would be quite green. I think I'd have to go for broccoli ice cream as well. And I just hope they chopped it really small and put so much like vanilla in it that I couldn't taste that it was broccoli. You know what I mean? Like I remember like having this juice and they put broccoli in it, but because the man told me, and I don't know if this is actually true, that if you put a fruit in with a vegetable, the fruit overpowers the vegetable. And he made this sort of smoothie thing, and I couldn't taste the broccoli. So, oh no, someone suggested broccoli and Stilton ice cream.
It gets worse.
I don't even know if I could do that. No, but I'd go for broccoli ice cream. Right,
I'm not seeing any votes for snails there.
Funny that. Cheesecake or apple pie?
Cheesecake, straight away. No, like alternative. If there's a cheesecake, that's the one I'm going for.
What's your favourite cheesecake?
Oh, I've made a few over the years. I quite like a lemon and lime one.
Oh yeah.
I once made a mint one. That was really nice. I think the recipe was called grasshopper pie.
Oh yeah.
And it was amazing. And it was really dark chocolate base and then this bright green cheesecake top. It was awesome. Yeah.
Well, for me, it would be apple pie, but it would have to be like homemade apple pie, not like apple pie from a shop. Yeah, no, it'd definitely be apple pie and clotted cream because I'm from Cornwall. Pumpkin pie. Do you know what my kids are asking to make pumpkin pie at the weekend? Biscoff cheesecake, strawberry cheesecake, apple pie. This is another mixed one. There's no clear winner. Right, the next one. Eat a burger, any burger, veggie burger or chicken burger. It doesn't matter about the burger, but could you eat a burger with jam or a scone with mustard? And it has to be a sugar scone, not one of them cheese scones.
Tricky. I mean, I like cranberry sauce, so I suppose you could think of it as like a cranberry sauce, couldn't you, in your burger? That to me makes more sense than the scone with mustard.
See, all I have savoury, if there was enough onion, and because tomato sauce is slightly sweet, I think if there's enough onion on it and mustard in the burger, I would go for the eat a burger with jam. I think there's something about scones that's sort of sacrilege. Even savoury scones, I don't get that. Like when you go to a cafe and they have like scones with cheese, like I don't get that.
That's nice.
It's got to be jam and cream. So I think that you can't put mustard on scone. Everybody's going for burger, I think. Although do you know what? I think we're going to have lots of people trying random things because some people want to try mustard on a scone. Yeah, chili jam burger. Yeah. If it was chili jam, yeah, that would be a good one. We could opt for chili jam. Okay, cabbage ice cream or onion chocolate?
Oh, this is a challenging one.
I think I was mean when I made these.
Surely, onion chocolate just sounds vile. It'd have to be the ice cream again, I think.
On the same point of last time, hopefully it wouldn't taste the cabbage. Lots of people are saying, someone's voting for onion chocolate, but I think most people are saying none. But I think cabbage ice cream wins.
Lots of yuck in the chat.
Maybe we need to open our own onion rings dipped in chocolate. Has anyone ever done that?
Ooh.
Have you actually had that, Jen? Like, have you actually done onion rings? How did I come up with these? Well, I sat and thought for a very long time, Lizzie. Yeah, I couldn't do onion chocolate. Maybe we should open a twinkle ice cream parlour and make some of these weird and wonderful flavours. Well, that was the end of the game. Thank you for being good sports and playing. So we're going to launch our Bake Off 2024 today. So I thought we'd talk about what it's all about, how you get involved, and what do you need. So it's really, really simple. You are going to need the Bake Off 2024 Challenge Pack. It has 10 weeks of various recipes. The recipes are really, really great. They all have different dietary suggestions. So if you don't eat egg or you don't eat gluten or you're vegan, there's lots of different suggestions. But the really important thing about all of them is it's about you getting creative. So this week we are starting with unique unicorn cupcakes. So how could you make those unique? Are you going to do them with different coloured swirls and horns? Are you going to actually make a little sugar unicorn to stick on top of your cupcake? Are you going to go completely off-piste and make, I don't know, like a Pegasus cupcake with wings? The idea is about you being creative. And you can also think about the flavours of your cupcake. You're going to put raspberry jam in it. You're going to put chocolate chips. So it's about every week about you getting creative. And then on a Wednesday morning, each week, we go live with our theme of the week. So as I said, today we're going live with unique unicorn cupcakes. And then there will be a post that Lizzie will put up on Facebook. And if you want, you can upload them for everyone to see. And this is my favourite thing about Bake Off. Everyone comments on each other's and says, what's really great. And then some of us come on, like from Twinkle, and say what we think. And then every week, with our kind of big sharing post, we all look through as a team and we choose our top favourites, and they get a very special certificate that is sent via email by Lizzie. Lizzie just said the sharing post for week 1 is pinned to our group's featured section. Now, the other thing as part of the Bake Off pack is there's a design sheet. So I always say this to my young people, rather than just ploughing in, have a little think about designing it. So if you want to design your cupcake or whatever week it is before you go, there's a design sheet. And then also evaluating it. So evaluating once you've eaten it, what skills did you use? Did it come out like you wanted? Because sometimes you have these great ideas and they never actually work. That's quite often why we watch Bake Off the Professionals, because there's far more disasters in that than the normal Bake Off. It does go wrong. You might have made the cake wrong. I remember once putting a cake in, a birthday cake, and it just sank. There's a big hole in it. I filled it with buttercream, because you can never have too much buttercream. But, there's an evaluation sheet there for you. And also each week, there's also certificates for your grown-ups to download. And then when you get to the end, if you've taken part, then you get your Bake Off 2024 award. You don't have to take part every single week. We have people that take part for all 10 weeks. But, if you're off on holiday for week 6, then, don't worry at all. You don't have to every week. But yes, we are super excited to see your entries, aren't we, Kirsty?
We are, yeah. And I think that's I think it's a really good point what you're saying, Krissy, about sometimes it goes wrong, because that's all part of it, isn't it? Where just like you see the people doing Bake Off on the telly, they're learning along the way, and we're all learning along the way. I've definitely learnt loads over the years of baking that I've done, and there are often little glitches, but it's about carrying on, and something can taste really amazing even if it doesn't look how you thought it would.
I also think that the standard of baking is so much higher. You go into the shops now, there's freeze spray and there's this spray and there's do this thing and this thing, and those funny candy melts, and everything's kind of gone top level. I went on a cupcake decorating course a couple of years ago where you can make cupcakes look like a bouquet of flowers. And again, I learned so many things that, you know, you put in the sugar paste to make it hard, and, you know, all these techniques. And, you know, I think baking is, I think if we went back and watched the very first BakeOff, we would find that they were very, 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 you know, very, very simple. It gets far harder. Battenberg. I love someone's talking about making Battenberg. Love Battenberg. You can make a Battenberg unicorn cupcake. Right, what we're going to now move on to is we're going to move on to a Kirsty versus Krissy word game. So we're going to go through the rules. So basically, we have a list of various cakes, bakes, biscuits, various things that you might see featured in a bake-off competition. And we are going to describe them to you, and you have to put in the chat, if you're watching on Facebook, what you think we are describing. But there's some rules. You can't say the words of the item. So if it was jammy Dodgers, we can't say jammy and we can't say Dodgers. The other thing is you can't say cake and you can't say biscuit. So that's the other rules. We're going to have a competition to see how many we're going to get through. So Kirsty, I'm going to go first, and I don't know if you want to you know, if you want to guess how, like, work out how many I get, and then it's going to be your go. So I'm going to start at the top of the list, and it's going to be 2 minutes. Okay. Now I'm quite competitive, so make sure you're listening. Come on, guys, it's my go first. So hopefully this is going to work. This timer, this fancy timer that I've made. So it's going to count down. So are we ready? Let's go. So this first one you often have for breakfast. It has a nice spice that you put in it. It's made with an enriched dough. You often sprinkle sugar on the top, and it's really, really delicious. Yeah, it's just really, really yummy. Come on, guys, nobody's put anything in the chat. It's not a croissant. It's not a pain au chocolat. They make it in our local bakery. It's a bit like a brioche, but it's in a particular shape. Yes, cinnamon swirl. Right, this is lots of people's favourite thing that they were sharing this morning. It's not made of lime or orange, but it's made of something else. And you put like a sugar solution on the top. You kind of like prog it, and then you put some sugar solution on it and get it soaking. And sometimes you sort of do a swirl of icing on the top. It's nice and citrusy, and it was some of yours favourite. Yeah, lemon drizzle. Right, this is really easy because this is Kirsty's favourite cake. Oh my God, I said cake. Right, can't have that one. Got to move on. Right, next one. This one is I don't like it, but it was quite fancy in the 80s. You have it. It's got chocolate on it, and you have cherries in it, and often you soak the cherries in alcohol, sometimes kirsch, and you sometimes have like chocolate sprinkles around the side, and it was quite big in. Oh man, that was really hard. Oh man, there's a gap. Lots of people have gone back Black Forest Gâteau. I'm gonna have that because there is like a slight delay.
Yeah, we'll give you that.
Mate, I got 3.
3.
This tells you how you know, I thought how good I was going to be. I actually wrote, so you know, I wrote you down a list of like 40 cakes. I reckoned I was going to get at least 20. That shows you how confident I thought I was. So I got 3 in 2 minutes. Not maybe, that's a bit humbling. So have you got the list? Because you can.
I've got the list.
That's straight after.
Where did we get to?
We got to Black Forest Gâteau, so it's the one underneath.
Ooh, okay.
Right. Are you ready?
Yes.
Oh, hang on, I've got to find. Right, are we ready? Right, 3, 2, 1, Go.
Okay, you might have these as part of an afternoon tea, that you can slice them in half and then put two things on top. Krissy doesn't like the cheese ones. And what else?
Yeah,
Yes,
yeah.
done, well done. Right, next one. Orange vegetable is in this, and also some spice. And you would grate up your orange vegetable and yes,
Yeah.
carrot cake, well done. Okay, this one I think was named after a ballerina. It's made with meringue and has a red fruit on the top and cream. And I know you must have got this. I'm waiting for the comment. Yes, pavlova. Okay, next one. Oh, this is tricky. A type of, I don't know if I can say that. There's can I say a type of nut?
Oh no, I'm gonna be mean and say no.
Right, fine, forget it. That was coffee and walnut cake. Next one. It's layers, lots of layers, and you'd have sponge and custard and jelly, which I hate jelly, and cream on the top. Someone's got to get that. I think you put almonds maybe on the top. Yes, trifle, well done. Oh, this one is in a fancy tin, and that's what gives the cake a shape.
Oh,
I think
no, you said cake. No,
oh no, that was bundt cake. Last one. Oh, 3 different colours of sponge. A pink and a yellow, and
time. It was angel cake. Man, we need to play this every week. We've got so many cakes that we haven't done. So yeah, you got 4, so you're the winner. So well done, Kirsty.
Well done, gang.
Behind the scenes on the chat, Kirsty will say I was literally thinking I was going to boss that. I was explaining the rules to Kirsty, and I was like, yeah, well, it's really straightforward, and you do this, that, the other. So I'm very humbled today because Kirsty has absolutely beaten me on that one. So absolutely well done. Right, so what we have got now is we've got a competition for everybody that with chocolate buttons. So what we're going to do is we're all going to get a plate, or you can just put them on your table or whatever, and then you're going to get your buttons and you're going to put your buttons on the plate. Oh, they're not too small actually. Right, and the aim of the game, you're going to have to count as you go, because obviously I can't count for you all. But you're going to get your knife and fork. And what we're going to do is we're going to work out how many chocolate buttons you can eat in a minute with a knife and fork. And you can't use your fingers. Okay. Oh man, your camera's even better. You're just gonna have to trust me. I've got mine on my lap.
I'm trying to adjust. There we go.
Oh man, super fancy. So we're gonna do 1 minute. I'm just gonna give everybody a bit of time to get ready and make sure that everybody's okay.
Kirsty's big ship. I sent the kids to the shop for buttons. That's what they came back with. They are huge.
Mine are quite tiny. Well, I would say, although they say mini, that's a sign of the times. I'd say they're normal size.
Yeah.
But they say baby buttons on the packet. Right. So I think we're all going to be ready. So we're all going to count. So I'm going to count down from 3, 2, and 1. We're using poppets. Oh man, I don't know. That might be easier because you can poke it. Right, are we ready? Make sure you've got a grown up there as well. I should say health and safety. 3, 2, 1, go.
Oh, this is hard. They just crack. Okay, I'm going for a scoop technique.
I'm on 3.
Ah!
Well, my manners on.
Well, I'm glad you don't always have to eat them like this.
Yeah. Oh, we don't worry about Oscar.
It does feel too early in the morning for chocolate.
Someone's put, I hope Ofsted isn't watching. We don't worry about Ofsted. We're home ed.
If you don't have buttons, you can have fun guessing who's going to win. Who do you think, me or Krissy?
Yeah. I've got a technique now. Oh, stop. How many did you get?
6.
I got 12.
Oh my goodness.
If you want to know the technique I used, in case you ever play this game again in your life, is if you flick them so that they're like the wrong way round, and then you push with your fork. I can't believe I'm doing. We get paid for this, Kirsty. If you push it on your fork onto your knife, it works really quick. Man, someone got 14. I got 9. 8 got 9. I got 7. Lots of people watching us compete against each other. 6, 14. Well, whoever's behind Hannah and Leona, they were definitely the winners. 14 and 6.
Well done, guys.
Well, so we 8. Those are really good ones. Ember scooped onto the fork and got the whole pack. Oh, yeah, that's a good one. 5, 13 for Martha, 12. Oh man, these are really good. Isla got 7. Amazing.
Well done.
Well, thank you so much for joining us. We've had lots of fun. Tobias got 10. I feel like this should just be, maybe our home ed meetings, our team meetings. We should play this game. I hope that you have lots of fun with BakeOff. As I said, do head over to our Facebook group if you've got any other questions. The sharing post is already ready. So as I said, go and get baking, go and get creating with your amazing unicorn cupcakes. And yeah, I'll see everybody else at 11 for mountains, which doesn't feel quite as exciting as eating chocolate buttons at 9 in the morning. Thank you, Kirsty, for joining me.
Thank you. It was lots of fun. Good luck, everyone, with your bakes.
Yeah, and we'll see you soon.
See you soon.
Bye.
Bye.